Hello boys and squirrels! Today I'm going to show you the eyeshadow tips and tricks and hacks and 101s that I have learned throughout my, 10 some odd years of just applying makeup on myself. I noticed that eyeshadow is something that people, will struggle with. So in this video I'm just going to show you how I do my eyeshadow as well as apply my false lashes, and I hope you guys enjoy it and hopefully learn something new. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and start by priming my eye. I am using the Too Faced Shadow Insurance, and basically what a primer does is it's just going to help your shadow stay on longer and also ensure that the colors are going to be a little brighter and more vibrant. For my actual eyeshadow, I'm going to be using the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. So to put down my base color, I'm going to be using a flat angled brush. As you can see, it's flat and the bristles are very densely packed. So this is not something that you would necessarily blend with. This is just for depositing the color onto the lid. And since it's like bright reddish pink from whatever I was doing previously, I'm gonna take my Veramona Switch. This was at Sephora and I think it's $14. And that will help get the previous color off, because sometimes, especially with natural hair brushes, if you use like the instant brush cleaner constantly, it will destroy your brushes. So I like to use this instead. And for the most part, you can still kind of see it, but if I, do this, you won't get any color. I'm gonna link all of the brushes in the description box, but I'll also say it. This is the MAC 230. Start with this like yellowish color. It is called, oh god, Ludwin? Is that even a, okay. So Ludwin? I was like Ludwig. And depending on, what eyeshadow colors or like look you're going for, your base color can be a different color. And as you can see, the flat brush, you really want it to just concentrate the color where it needs to go. And having a base shadow color really just helps the next colors that you put on top of it be more vibrant. So now that I have both of my eyes primed, I'm going to move to my transition color. This is the MAC 217 brush. It is just I would say it's a denser, fluffy brush. So I'm going to take, okay, I can't even pronounce that. Laytus? Kat Von D always names her stuff weird, but Laytus. And I'm gonna take some of that in my brush. And another thing that I've noticed with shadows is you definitely want to tap. If you look closely, you can see all the stuff that comes off. Basically what tapping does is it helps get all of the excess product off so it doesn't fall onto your face. You want a shade that's maybe 1 to 2 shades darker than your natural skin tone, just so when you put the crease color in, you've already had this blended out, which makes it helpful because you don't want to start off too dark and then not have it blend because it's so dark and then be stuck with this like super harsh line. I'm now going in with the Smith 235 brush, and I really like this brush because it's basically what I just used, but it's pointed. So this is amazing for the crease because you can really use that point and target where you want the pigment. So now I'm going in with, god, all of these have really like strange names. I think they're all names of demons, because one is like succubus, but that's not, succubuses are like the female. Okay, anyways, Lathius. It's really important that you start off like super light-handed for this. If you notice, I'm kind of like holding my brush at an angle, so I'm not like going directly straight like 90-degree angle. I'm kind of like angling it like this, and it helps if you're like looking down while you're doing your makeup too. Like I'm looking down into this mirror so you can really see where you're putting the product. I don't want to bring it up too far because then it's gonna kind of like combine with your transition color and make the color a little muddy, and we don't want that. So now that I've deposited my crease color, I'm gonna take that MAC 217, the brush that I use for my transition shade, and I'm gonna do like the circular motion blending. As you can see, I'm really like digging it into my crease. Like you can feel where your not brow bone, but like where your occipital, but oh my god, I'm not a scientist, I don't know what that's called, but whatever it's called, you can feel it, and you can kind of like, that's your guide for where your crease goes, because I know a lot of people have trouble with that, but if you just feel where that bone is, you know exactly where to put the shadow. You can go even deeper with the crease, So I'm gonna take this warm toned brown shadow in Solace. Ha! I can pronounce one. In Solace. And I'm just taking like the smallest amount, guys. Like literally just like 1, 2, 3. And then tap it off too. So it's very, very light pigment on my brush because this is really to just define that crease a little bit more. See, I used to have the problem where I would blend the dark shadow like up here, like literally almost to my eyebrow, and I was always so confused as to like why my eyes look so funny with eyeshadow on. Like I was literally like, oh, I can't wear eyeshadow, my eyes look funny, like I don't like it. But then I realized that I was just blending it out too much, and I have a lot of like, I have a lot of space from my eyebrow to my eyelid. You know, some people have their eyelid come all the way up here. Like it depends on your eye. So don't get frustrated if, you know, the eyeshadow that you saw on Instagram doesn't look the same on you, because everybody has different eye shapes. So just kind of play around with it. But now that I have my base, I'm going to add a little pop of color in the middle. Why else would I leave the middle open if I wasn't gonna put something exciting there? Like, duh. I'm gonna take this really pretty duochrome eyeshadow from Makeup Geek in Karma, and I'm going to just, I'm gonna use my fingers, I don't give a damn. Boop. Taking a little bit on my fingers. Ooh, oh, look at that, sexy. And literally just gonna like rub it on there. I feel like with duochrome and like super buttery metallic shadows, your finger is the best way to apply them. You get a really good amount of pigment to start with, and then you can go back in with a brush if you still feel like you need more. If you want to get hella jiggy with it, you can actually wet your brush. So I'm wetting my MAC 230, that like dense packing brush. My dogs won't shut up. I'm just popping that right in the center. I want it to be the most concentrated in the center of my eye. And you don't really want to like, this is the suspect, number 3. Stop barking. So with this look, I don't really want to do like crazy eyeliner. The only reason that I'm going to add liner for this look is just to cover my lash band. So I'm just taking this like mini Perversion mascara from Urban Decay, giving my lashes one coat. I also have like blonde eyelashes though, so it's really noticeable like when I don't have mascara on them. Because they are bright blonde. So if you have that same problem, I would definitely recommend putting on mascara before your lashes. Now I'm going to be using my Flutter lashes in Ashley, and I heckin' love these lashes, guys. You have no idea. They're just like the prettiest, I don't know, like little wispy lashes, and I like how they're kind of like pointed and separated. So now I'm just going to take my dark toned duo glue, ooh, that's nasty, and try not to get too much or else it won't dry. So now that my lash glue is on, I'm just going to let it dry for 30 seconds to a minute. You'll know when it gets tacky, and you'll know with the dark glue when it gets darker. So like it starts off as like a I don't know, medium tone gray, and once it gets like darker gray, you know it's time. 45 seconds is so long to wait. Tell me, is that deja vu? No! Oh, so now that my eyelash glue is a little tacky, it's a little dry, I'm just gonna pop her right on. And I feel like looking down into a mirror is like makes a huge difference for lashes. So always try to like look down instead of looking straight ahead and attempting to do that. Because this way you can really see where your lash line is. And I'm gonna go and I'm gonna squeeze my natural lashes to the false lashes. And if you have like a shaky hand and you just know that you're probably gonna poke yourself in the eye, you can also do it with your fingers. It's a lot easier if you don't have fake nails, but you can also use your fingers too so you don't poke your eye out. There is my first eyelash applied, and as you can see, it literally changes like everything about your eye look. I think for the most part this look is finished. Yes, queen. So yeah, if you have been struggling with eyeshadow or anything like that, I hope this tutorial helped you. Thank you so much for watching, guys. It's so great to be back on YouTube, and I really appreciate all your love and support. Alright, have a good day. Bye.